Hey, good morning, Les. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're having a very fun conversation talking about the time of year with the coaching clients. So, Rialto coaching members are all hearing similar things right about now, which is how many business days do you have left in the year? Your answer is different than mine. Mike, I believe your answer is different than mine is.
Yes, it is, Les. And, we said, all right, well, let's start with September 1st and run through the end of the year. And I use a really cool app. It's called timeanddate.com. And it allows you to plug in your start and your end, and you can exclude or include. But I just use the standard, which is exclude weekends, public holidays, and do the calculation. So what I wind up with is I got 82 days total that are available. There's 122 calendar days, 40 days that are skipped, Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays. And then I get a special one here because when I observe the Jewish holidays, and there are 11 holidays that also fall in that period, primarily in October. So when I look at October, I'm actually going to have about 11 working days.
Well, now, Mike, does that mean that the number of working days and when they fall changes for you from one year to the next?
Actually, they do less. The calendar, the Hebrew calendar is 13 months, so they move around. So some months they're in September, some months they're in October, some months they're in November. So we do our annual planning. The first place I actually go to is the Jewish calendar to figure out where those are.
Well, Mike, let me tell you what my techniques are. I deal with something different than the Hebrew calendar, yet I also have a fluctuating year. Every year I like to take a look, and I have all the clients take a look. When does Christmas and New Year's fall?
Right.
My life and entertainment made me keenly aware of the fact that Christmas and New Year's were going to be on the same day of the week. And so if Christmas fell midweek, that means New Year's was going to fall midweek, and everybody sells out 3 shows on New Year's Eve. Yet if New Year's and Christmas fell on a Saturday, not only were you not going to get those 3 extra shows, you were actually going to lose a Saturday of shows for the Christmas holiday, unless you did like my good friends that prefer the Hebrew calendar in Los Angeles and have their one of their biggest sold out shows of the year, which is kosher Chinese food on Christmas Day. And they actually
Absolutely.
I don't have a fancy app like you. I have a thing here called a Papper calendar, Paper. Here I'm about to flip it over to September 1st. And when I go through mine, I come up with a different number than you. I come up with 70 days from September 1st. I'll have 70 business days. And the way I counted my business days, Mike, is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, that's a half day. Not everybody stays at work all day. And Christmas is pretty much that week is going to be a wash for a lot of business people that I deal with. And then I've got some travel days. Now, a travel day when I can get some work done, I'll count that. And a travel day when I can't get work done, I won't count that. But anyway, 70 days for me, Mike. Now let's go ahead and let's check in here on a 66-day calendar. I have one right here in front of you, a 66-day challenge. And so recognize that even though some people, civilians that are not in Rialto coaching membership, are likely to think that they have, 125 days left in the year or something. When you ask them,
Yeah, the technical number, if I look at this, is 122 calendar days.
well, since that
That's not
is
on the calendar.
So that's double what you really have. Wouldn't that be horrible to be walking around thinking that you had that many days to work with in your business when the truth is you have half that many?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So here's our message to y'all, okay, to all of our clients and all of you out there that are just going to catch the drift on this is 66-day challenge. You can build a beautiful habit and you can accomplish amazing things by the end of the year, if you even know how many days you have left to work with. So how many days do you really have left to work with? What would be a really great way to finish strong with that number of days? It's not the same for every person that you work with and that you talk to. Coach Mike and I have a different number of days ourselves. So you got to figure out what it is for yourself so that you can put the appropriate steps in your plan. All right, Mike, Are you working on a challenge right now? Or are you starting a new one? Where are you at in your 66-day lifespan?
So I actually adapted my challenge because I've been working on something that is near and dear, and we've been talking about it. And that's Dr. Horowitz, and going back and refocusing using the ideas of atomic habits and tiny habits. I realized I set a challenge or a goal that was probably above the bar for reasonableness, and so frustration set in. And the psychology behind frustration is if frustration continues long enough, it gets blocked. And you either figure out how to fix it or you just stop. So I hit writer's block. And so I decided to roll that back, and that my goal is 2 a day. I'm either going to I'm reading 2 paragraphs, I'm writing 2 sentences, I'm writing 2 paragraphs, I'm doing 2 a day on my dissertation. Whatever it is, I'm getting it done, making progress. And then as I see that progress, then it's easier to make more progress. So yeah, I'm facing that challenge, and I'm cleanly focused on what does it take to change that habit so that I hit the ground running really hard.
Way to go, Mike. I'm witness to what it takes to become Dr. Horowitz. I'm really proud of your path and the way you've refined your 66-day challenge over and over again to level yourself up and get that dissertation finished. Mine's a lot simpler, like often. I'm a simpler guy, Mike. And so my big deal right now is my food journal. By food journaling and tiny habits, I started back with food journaling techniques when we were learning tiny habits back in February together, and atomic habits like you just referred to. And I apply those to my daily use of my 66-day challenge. And so my food journaling has raised my awareness of the chemistry and the quantities of everything that I eat. Seems like every other day I'm learning something new that I didn't realize a food had a certain chemistry to it until I actually journal it. And I do use an app for that one instead of the paper calendar. And yet I'm proud to report that I had plenty of weight to take off and physical fitness to regain. I've shifted 32 pounds of body weight so far this year, Mike. 27 pounds lighter, 32 pounds of fat gone, 5 pounds of muscle added, 27 net pounds. And I got a ways to go still.
That's when you think about that in the overall scheme of things, how many people want to move the needle that far and make that kind of progress? And yeah, you got a ways to go, but look at how far you come.
Yeah, I appreciate the encouragement, because it'll take me this other 66 days, the last 66 days of the year, or for me, 70. It'll take me that to hit my goal. So good to know that here about September 1st, I really have 70 business days that I'm going to contribute to the routine I do physically on all of my business days, journaling and walking in the morning, food journal and walking. That's my big deal. Well, Mike, thanks very much. Hey, everybody, you need to figure out how many days you have left and what you can do with it. Along about September 1st, there's a pretty good chance you're coming up on 66 days. That's a heck of an opportunity to finish strong. Also, remember the fourth quarter is your favorite dollars, okay? The first quarter might have gone to pay your mortgage. Second quarter might have been taxes. Third quarter might have been your kid's college bill. When you say you had a great 2019, it's largely going to be because you had a great fourth quarter and it propels you into the first quarter of 2020. These are your dollars. These are largely the dollars you get to keep. We love the fourth quarter. Have a fantastic fourth quarter, Coach and Dr. Mike Horowitz, soon to be Dr. Mike Horowitz.
All right, Les, we're right there with you.
All right.